Hey everyone, Jess O'Gar, clinical psychologist for thepsychcollective.com, doing another schema mode therapy video today for the complaining protector. Now, I have a feeling that if you actually find that you resonate with the complaining protector mode, then I'm about to piss you off. Because you're probably not going to like a lot of what I have to say to begin with, but I'm asking you to stay with me until the end of the video and see if I can make it a little bit better as we bring you a healthy adult in to help you manage your complaining protector. So I want you to hit that like button for me now as your pledge that you will stay tuned with me until the end of this video. Okay, all right. The function of the complaining protector. The point of the complaining protector is to push the blame of whatever problem is going on onto other people with the expectation that they're going to fix it for you. It's a sense of, this is happening to me, this is not my fault, I'm not going to fix it, everyone else needs to fix it for me. Now, the rationale for that is if I don't take responsibility for it, then I don't have to feel the vulnerability for it. And therefore I can push the responsibility out to other people and I can expect other people to fix it for me, and that protects my vulnerability. The schemas associated with this, look, I see punitiveness in this because there's an element of, well, you've done wrong, so you need to fix it or you need to be punished. So there's a punitiveness of things should be punished, but it's other directed, so its focus is outward. There can be also a bit of a negativity schema come up with a complaining protector, because when we're complaining about stuff, we're always complaining about the bad things. Like, you don't complain about the good things, or we wouldn't call it complaining. So there's a strong focus on the stuff that goes wrong, and this is bad, and this was bad, and this went wrong, and this didn't work, and it's everybody else's fault. So there's a lot of the negativity schema. There can be sometimes even like a vulnerability to harm or illness schema that comes up of, there's an expectation that things are going to go wrong, and then somehow you're going to be negatively impacted by that through some form of harm or some form of illness. And sometimes I actually see a bit of an entitlement schema with this one too, of the sense of other people kind of treated me badly, or other people did these things and that had an impact on me, and I'm special, so I deserve to be looked after, and they've got to fix this to make me feel okay. And this is I'm going to piss you off, because you're probably hearing the part of me going, but people did do something wrong and they did do all of this and other people did do this stuff to me. And yeah, I'm not questioning that. Particularly if you've had experiences of trauma, then yeah, other people probably did do stuff to you. But what happens with the complaining protector is they push all of the responsibility of fixing it onto other people without taking ownership of what's actually going on and their part in it, or their responsibility of, okay, right, other people did this to you, and now it's your responsibility to kind of take over and fix this, or respond to this, or adapt to this in whatever way that looks like. So in terms of the triggers, we're looking at things like when you perceive that other people are blaming you or trying to hold you accountable for stuff, and there's that pushback to go, no, I'm not taking responsibility for this. I didn't fix this. They did this to me. They screwed this up. They made the mistake. They've got to fix it for me. So if someone is coming at you and suggesting that perhaps you didn't perform well enough, or that kind of this is somehow your fault, or you stuffed this up, the complaining protector projects the responsibility and the assertion of blame onto other people so that it doesn't sit with itself. So it comes around to I'm okay because I'm protecting my vulnerability by pushing it all onto other people. So there becomes this fixation on injustice or demand for other people to fix it for you, all right? The awareness, look, in my day job, I work in a psychiatric hospital, and what I hear when the complaining protector presents itself is, I didn't get better because the nurses didn't remind me to take my meds. I didn't like the way that housekeeping made my bed. The kitchen staff kind of overcooked my steak. And it's things of, I didn't get better because other people behaved in a way that got in the way of me being able to do stuff. But really, maybe you didn't get better because you didn't do your homework for the group skills program that you were involved in that actually would have given you the strategies to be able to respond to the stuff that was happening. Maybe kind of you didn't, like, it wasn't the nursing staff's responsibility to remind you to take your meds, but you need to take ownership of taking your meds. Maybe it wasn't kind of, yes, okay, bad stuff happened to you, but maybe you need to actually take some ownership of how you respond to the things that happen to you. So the awareness of this, it's I didn't get better because, I shouldn't have to fix this because, I shouldn't have to pay for this because it's other people's fault, other people did this to me, other people. It's their fault, not mine. there's this really strong, what we call external locus of control, where you make the kind of assumption, or you have the belief that other people have control or influence over your life, and you're just kind of like a ship in the ocean caught in a storm, and you're just getting thrown around by the waves, and it's other people who are controlling the weather. So the focus is outwards, and there can be this really intense feeling of righteous anger. But the maladaptive part for that, you're giving away your power, because you're giving other people, by assigning other people the responsibility to fix it. It also then means that you just sit around and wait for them to fix it. And if they don't fix it on your time schedule, then you're stuck. You're sitting there waiting for other people to do the work for you, where actually you've got a responsibility to own your part in this. And even if your part is, this thing was done to me, and therefore this is how I need to respond to it, that's your part. And I agree, like, this is the thing with trauma, right? It's not your fault that it happened to you, and it is your responsibility to fix it. And that's where kind of the healthy adult needs to come in for the complaining protector. So we see some crossover with, can be the angry protector, because the complaining protector, it's usually venting it, or it's complaining and it's arguing, and it's kind of can come across as a bit hostile sometimes. But the complaining protector is, this is wrong and you need to fix it for me. The angry protector is, get away from me, leave me alone, I'm feeling threatened, so I'm pushing everyone away. It's also different from the angry child, which also presents with anger of, I see a problem and I need help, so come here and help me fix it. So the complaining protector is almost halfway between angry child saying, come here and help me fix it, and the angry protector of, go away and leave me alone, because the complaining protector is, this needs to be fixed, but other people need to do it for me. In terms of the needs, what do they need? Really? Autonomy. Right? So there needs to be some element of boundaries, and healthy boundaries, to be able to say, okay, this is their stuff and that's what they did, and this is my stuff and this is what I need to resolve. So the autonomy comes into the ability to say, this is my stuff, I need to fix my part. And sometimes your part is purely, right, this has happened and I can't change what's happened, but I do need to be able to change how I respond to it. All right. So ideally there's kind of secure attachment in there involved in the needs as well, with the ability to have a safe space, to be able to have a connection, to have some healthy venting, which is different from complaining. But the healthy adult steps in to help you find the dialectic. So a dialectic is where you've got two opposing ideas and you've got to find a middle ground. They did this to me and I need to fix it, because they're not going to fix it for me. And if it's anything internal, if it's anything emotional, if it's anything around your belief system, no one else can fix that for you, all right? You've got to do the work. So for those of you who I've already pissed off, well done on getting this far and sticking with me, okay? So the healthy adult is around being able to own your part. It's kind of like that serenity prayer that it's used a lot within kind of Alcoholics Anonymous and those sort of groups. But the serenity prayer in its own right, it's the grant me the acceptance, or the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So it's looking at that dialectic between acceptance and change. Some things in life you have to accept. Some things in life you can change. Or if you can't change, you can at least influence. And it's knowing how to balance those two things. So the healthy adult helps you to validate the truth of what happened, whilst taking ownership for how you're going to respond to that truth. And this is where kind of others start to come in, and they can kind of help you, or they can be a source for a place where you are able to appropriately vent. Now, vent is to being able to share your emotional distress, share your concerns or your worries or your annoyance or your frustration. Because this happened to me, and that's not fair. Yep, that's fine. That's appropriate. That's healthy. But this happened and then this happened and other people do this and they've got to fix it and it's their problem and they've got to resolve it and they've got to do this and they've got to do that, and pushing the focus and the responsibility onto other people with the complaining, there's not much skill in that, because you're giving them, by giving them the responsibility for fixing it, you're giving them the power over you as to whether or not you're going to get past this or not. So where others can help you with this is to gently call you out when you are complaining and help you to switch it into first venting, where you can get some validation either from others or from yourself, and then switch it into problem solving, troubleshooting, brainstorming. What are you going to do about this? How are you going to respond to this? To look at what you can change or what you can influence, and which ultimately helps you to take back your power, because the complaining protector gives your power away for you. All right, that's all I've got for today. I hope that's been helpful. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Well done on making it this far, and I hope I didn't piss you off too much. I will see you next time for our next Schema Modes videos, and thanks for staying with me today. See you later.